to his mosque. Let him go out. Unless he wants to create trouble.
And duly obliged.
Then, no, I don't know how to deal with these things, but
So you tell him
but if you can, let him pray behind and do not pray with anyone, or practice his own faith or his way of praying, stop him. Unless you're obliged and you have no power, because we don't want in this country to cause fitna.
They're not allowed to pray in our masjid, alhamdulillah. In Chiswick, they're not allowed.
No.
They're not allowed to pray there. If they come, they're told immediately this is a place of sunnah.
Because when they come, they're provoking us. You know why they provoke us? Because their books tell us that when you enter the mosque of the Sunnis and pray there, when you get out of their mosques, you will be gaining all of their good deeds. We're not going to let him like a rat run away with things away from us.
And also, Sheikh, in their prayers, if you see them do this, which I've seen, I've been in masjids where after the salah, they do this afterwards, where they're cursing. They do it twice or three times. Twice, isn't it? Or three times?
3 times.
3 times. They curse at Abu Bakr, Umar and
And
Uthman.
Al-Ghurabiyya, one of the cults of Shiah, they used to do this and say. Now those people do not say, and I know they're using taqiyya or not.
Yeah. I've seen some saying it.
But
in Regent's Park.
Tahil Amin, Tah.
I've seen them doing it.
The trustworthy, Jibreel,
made a mistake.
had lost.
Betrayed.
Missed.
Or they curse as well, don't they, when they do it?
Ali should be the messenger.
Yes. Now, as for the question of our brother, it was narrated that Ali ibn Hussein was asked about Abu Bakr and Umar. He said, Kafiran. There are 2 kafir. Kafirun man ahabbahuma. Kafir is the one who loved them. And also narrated by Abu Hamza al-Thamali. Kafirun man tawallahuma. Whoever showed them any kind of alliance is kafir like them. So, as a consequence, Ali will be kafir. Why? Because he gave them elegance, right?
Allegiance.
He praised them allegiance. Bihar al-Anwar, volume 30, page 384, and volume 69, page 137, and Mustadrak al-Wasail, volume 18, page 178. Yes, Akhi.
If a Shia, if he's praying, he's saying his salah is invalid. So if you pray behind him, yours is invalid as well. But if you don't know that the person's a Shia, and you come and you pray, how do you...
If you did not know it,
well, you just pray.
How come you don't know it while he's putting his hands down always?
Because I've seen some people...
It will not harm you.
No. But brothers, usually the Rafida, the difference between the Malikis and the Rafida is that the Rafida will put a bit of paper blatantly, or sometimes in their hand as they go into sajda. You may have seen this. They'll do it as they go into sujood. So they'll have the paper in their hand, and as they go into sajda, they put it out, make it, and then hold it back and put it like a brother who takes his glasses off when he goes into sujood. They hide it. Yeah. Sheikh, the sisters have a question, and they're not going to be here after Isha. So could you answer for them, please, now? This one here, because they won't be here after Isha. Which one is it? I think it's the small one, Sheikh. The small one. Maybe that one there. Is it that one?
I don't know, he took it from me.
Oh, you took it from my daughter. Is it inside the Quran? There you go.
While having a conversation with the Shia, if I mention that they believe that the Quran is changed, and therefore believe in kufr, what evidence can I give them if they deny this statement? We have to tell them that, look, first give them the evidence that is mentioned in we have a very important evidence. Al-Kafi. It was narrated in it that Ja'far al-Sadiq said, إن القرآن الذي نزل به جبريل على محمد, the Quran that Jibreel brought down to Muhammad, the collection of the verses are 17,000 verses. How many verses we have nowadays? 6,200 and some. So the difference is 10,000 and 700 and some verses. Isn't it a big difference?
Which volume is, was that statement?
Just say Al-Kafi.
No, Charlotte's, no, it's not.
That's not it.
Al-Kafi, brother, do you know it's volumes? There's many volumes. Yeah, it's many volumes. So you need to give them the which book and which page, inshallah. It's better, you know.
No problem.
Make it easy for them to go and look it up.
Sure.
Abu Adam, what's this tape? You see this tape there? Someone left it, huh? Someone left it.
Al-Kafi, second volume, page 634. They said that the Quran, which was revealed on the Prophet Muhammad, is of 17,000 verses.
Volume 2,
634. Now, Al-Majlisi, who is giving the judgment over the narrations of Al-Kafi, he said this is authentic. Because the Shiah comes and says, not everything in this... You see, I have experience with them. When they come to me and they say, not everything in Al-Kafi is correct, I say, yeah, you're right. You're right. But what about this one? Now he falls in trouble. What about this one? He says, it may be weak. But Al-Majlisi said it's authentic. Al-Majlisi said it's authentic. In his book, Mir'at al-Aqul, volume 12, page 525. Al-Majlisi said it's authentic. Now, look what he says. He says, not everything that Al-Majlisi says is correct. We have another problem here. So we said to him, no problem. Did anyone correct what Al-Majlisi mentioned? Here he falls into trouble. Did anyone charge him that he made it wrong when he said this narration is correct? They say to me, look, but also in your books, there are some narrations that prove tahrif. I say, excuse me, it doesn't mean that it's okay, now we agree that we believed in this, but now you have a problem and you believe it with the same of what we believe. Does it sound like what you're saying? It's okay, yes, you're correct that we believe in that the book is changed, but also you have the same thing. Did we finish? Don't let him go to you until you say to him, did we finish here? This is one of the important things about debating, because you have to know that this one has shaitan with him, just like jumping, just like a bird. Suddenly here, suddenly here, just like that. So you have to catch him. Did we finish about this or not? He said, but also you have in your books such... Yes. Okay, we're going to talk about that later. Did we finish here or not? Does it mean that, yes, it is true that we believe in this, but also you have the same? Is that a confirmation? Wait until he gives an answer.
Sheikh, sorry. Question I want to ask you.
I need time, akhi. Just 1 second. Allah barik feek. Because I don't want this point to be forgotten. It has to be with one another. Jazakallah khairan. Please forgive me. We want to see, did Al-Majlisi only say it's authentic, or he said something else? He said something else. You know what he said? He said this narration is authentic, and this is clear. That makes it clear that the Quran is incomplete and changed. Mir'at al-Aqul, volume 12, page 525. And he said, the omission of many verses of the Quran is authentically proved by mutawatir. That means this is the highest kind of authenticity. and correctness of the narrations. Aha! You are, in a matter of fact, criticizing the family of the Prophet by claiming that this was their belief. Don't you remember the narration, Kitab Allahi wa Itrati? Didn't say that you have. There's something important here, brothers. We should not leave the place unless we understand it. They say that Allah ordered the book, that you have to uphold the book and the family. No, that's not true. Uphold the book, yes. But he also said, وَعِتْرَتِي, yes, it's correct. Wait, this narration does not say, look, it says, تَرَكْتُ فِيكُمْ مَا إِن تَمَسَّكْتُمْ بِهِ. He did not say بِهِمَا. There is no authentic narration that said بِهِمَا. Bihi, Kitab Allah. Then he said, وَعِتْرَتِي, that means fear Allah for my atra. As we find in the book of Muslim, Sahih Muslim, that فَحَضَّ عَلَى كِتَابِ اللَّهِ وَرَغَّبَ فِيهِ. He encouraged people to follow the Quran. Then he said, right after that, وَأَهْلَ بَيْتِي أُوصِيكُمُ اللَّهَ فِي أَهْلِ بَيْتِي. That means fear Allah for the matter of my family. He did not say follow my family as you follow the Quran. That's not true. We said to them in the debate, what do you say about the one who say that the Quran is changed? He said, maybe he had ijtihad, but he made it wrong. Oh, I see. Okay. What is the rule of the one who does not believe in the matter of imamah? They said he's kafir. They say the Quran is the thiql al-akbar, is the greatest heavy thing. And this is a heavy thing. But as for the matter of the family of the Prophet, they say this is a thiql al-asghar. That means the minor heavy issue. So the Quran is the major heavy issue, but the family of the Prophet are the minor. You are making it opposite. You're making the matter of the family of the Prophet the greater issue, and you're making the Quran the minor issue. How come? They had no hesitance to say in front of millions of people on the TV, and I wonder that you guys don't know anything about what was happening.
It's Arabic.
Yeah. We said to them, what do you say about the person who believed that the Quran is changed? They say, well, we may give him a justification. We're not saying this is good, no, but we said maybe he had some doubts. So they didn't want to charge him with kufr. What about the one who denied imamah, the matter of leadership for the family of the Prophet? He's kafir. Which means the matter of the leadership is more important. That's why Majlisi said, the one who denied the matter of the leadership is mushrik, even if he claimed that he is muwahhid, monotheist. You want me to bring it? I'll bring it. Anyway, so as for the sisters, so they bring this to the person who denies them. He said, it may not be authentic. We say, no problem. We'll save your time. Don't go and look. Just go to Mir'at al-Aqul, volume 12, page 525, and you'll find Al-Majlisi saying authentic. They may say, Al-Majlisi is a human being. He may have made it wrong. Yes, this is a possibility. And the possibility does not overwhelm or dominate what he made it affirmed. Your doubt will never dominate his affirmation. Number one. Number two, bring me someone who said something else. Bring me someone who said that Al-Majlisi was wrong when he gave his judgment about the hadith. Bring it to me. Brothers, due to my experience, nobody was able to prove that Majlisi was wrong. Never. No one criticized Al-Majlisi for what he mentioned. That's why I have no hesitation to say Al-Majlisi is kafir, jayyid jiddan, no mumtaz. Mumtaz. This time, excellent. Excellent in kufr. Not jayyid jiddan. No.
Sheikh.
Yeah, just a minute. One more minute. Give me one more minute. One more minute. Okay. The last point, they may say, we disagree with that. So what are you supposed to be doing in your religion here? Do you allow the Christian to say, I'm a Christian but I don't believe in Trinity. So what are you supposed to be doing in Christianity? If it's a false religion, why you are following it? If you allow the Christian to remain Christian, but to say at the same time, I disagree with this, I disagree with that, I disagree with that, what would be your advice to the Christian? Will not you'll be saying to him, you have to abandon Christianity. When you have a proof that this cult, this madhab is saying that the book of Allah is changed, are you going to say to me, I disagree with that, yet I'll remain Shiah? Well, then go to hell. Choice. Is that enough, inshallah, sisters?
We have Isha now, inshallah. I would suggest, brothers, that we reconvene after Isha for those who wish to reconvene, and if the Sheikh is willing to come back after Isha.
Do I have choice?
Well, brothers are here, inshallah.
So do
So
it in a masjid, why not?
the recording.
It may not be good in the mosque.
Yeah, it's brother Yusuf's had Sheikh. Brother Yusuf's had a fairly long day, and he's not very well either. The brother's been doing the sound for us, Jazakallah khair, all day. So it may be necessary to continue in the masjid simply because brother now probably needs to have a break, inshallah.
How many among you? And I'm really tired now. Also, I'm tired. So, if we come for half an hour maximum,
Sure.
I mean, it's left to Yusuf.
I'll ask Yusuf, inshallah, 1 second.
Half an hour only, not more. Because I'm also tired. I'm not only tired, I'm also fed up with this subject of those people.
But we need
Most of it, something like 11,000 relations in the capital.
It's true.
Generally, the people of Bid'ah, we do not begin them with salam, but if they said assalamu alaikum, we say wa alaikum assalam. Exactly what, just like what I don't begin with them with salam. You will not be sinning if you say it.
Assalamualaikum, brothers. We will continue in the masjid, inshallah.
We're not supposed to say
In the masjid,
it. But I hope if you begin with them saying salam, I hope you will not be sinning.
Yeah.
Someone's left a bag here.
That's my daughter's.
Videos and the evidence.
What do you expect?
What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to afterwards.
I'll decide.
Have you got your phone on?
I know. Yeah.
So inshallah, I'll give everything
me a
to
missed
Umar.
call, because I don't think I've got your number.
Everything to
I'm not sure if I have. I think maybe I haven't.
It may not be only one CD, it may,
Cool, inshallah.
but I'll give him everything.
Yeah.
I want to give you 2 CDs.
The one that you always text me on, yeah?
Just give me this, the whole of this, and I'll
That's
return you the others.
What's that?
Well, let me give you what I have.
No, no
Is that enough?
That is fantastic. Now I'll reward you. Did I give you a copy of this?
No.
The evolution.
The evolution
No, I
one?
don't give them.
You got one, yeah?
Right, right.
MashaAllah.
That's
Barakallah feek.
I give you things about them, yes, but I don't give you their books.
No. Take it with you, inshallah.
This is a program. It's a big program, and even you may not be able to use it. You know how to use it.
I've been fighting with people for many years, and I've even faced down sanctuary myself, and I've even offered trying to offer them to fight me. I thought in the past, and they're also to fight me.
Brothers, Isha started. Yeah?
I've gone.
Sheikh's going to continue after Isha in the masjid.
Right. Did you speak to Yusuf?
Yeah, he said in the
Yeah,
message.
he said in the masjid. In the masjid, inshallah.
Not here.
No.
Yeah.
So we take our things now.
Brother, they've got some stuff that needs to be taken. What should the Sheikh do? Do you want to lock it up and get it in the morning? Or take it now?
Yeah.
My name's Iqbal. What's your name?
Yeah. Best to take it now, Sheikh. Take it now, inshallah. Yeah? Take it now,
Yes.
I just wanted to ask a few questions, but I'm a
Yeah,
bit rushed today.
sorry.
I'm with
And then after that we continue, inshallah. Does anyone have a question about it? We had some brothers who had some questions. Where are they? One of the brothers had a question. So there's no question about them? Okay.
No. Did you have a question?
No, another one. What's the brother that was asking questions? He's gone, okay. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين صلى الله وسلم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. We've been asked what is the best way to give da'wah to the Shia people. It is very essential to know that dealing with the ordinary people is different than dealing with their Sheikh. It's different. Therefore, we have to deal kindly with the ordinary people because they don't know much, and the way they trained is emotional way. They were not trained with religion logically, but they were trained emotionally. This is what they know about religion. Therefore, you have to pay attention to this. First thing, we argue with them. I wonder sometimes there are people who say, don't argue with those who oppose our religion. Do not argue with them through the Quran. No, deal with them according to the mind. That means with reason. Reason with them. That is not true. Especially when it touches those who believe in our book. No, we let the book be the judge between us and them. We tell them, for example, why Allah created the whole universe. We heard 2 days ago, until today, they say Allah created the universe for the Imams. It was created for them. We say that does not agree with what Allah said. Allah said, I have not created jinkind and mankind, but to worship me. This is the reason that Allah mentioned in the Quran. So why your reason is different than His reason? So we let the Quran be the judge between us. When they say there was a hatred between the companions and the family of the Prophet, we say this is not true. When they say that the companions had omitted some verses of the Quran that mentioned Ali clearly, apparently, to be the leader after the Prophet's death, we say this is not true. Where's that? Show us one verse. Having no verse available for them to prove their religion, they had to say, this verse talks about Tawheed, but in a matter of fact, it talks about the Tawheed of leadership. That means you should not seek any partner with Ali to be the leader. Ali should be the leader alone. This is the Tawheed. We say Allah praised the companions. And the companions and the family of the Prophet used to love one another. That's why they had many mixed between one another. Especially between Ali and Umar. Umar had given his daughter to be a wife to Umar.
Sorry, do you want a mic?
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Isn't it okay?
I don't think... Is it
The
Rob?
voice is good, yeah. It's clear. It's quite clear.
Maybe the sisters.
I don't know. There's no more sisters, I think. I heard that they left. Okay. It's fine now. It's fine. So, Ali gave his daughter Kulthum to Umar as a wife. Had Ali had any kind of hatred or disagreement with Umar, why should he be given his daughter to him? We have 3 pillars that if the Shia were able to destroy one of the 3 pillars, we can still have 2 pillars. But they cannot destroy the 3 together. They can't. The first pillar is that Ali pledged allegiance bay'ah to Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman. That's the first pillar, which they cannot destroy. If they sought to destroy it by saying, well, Ali was obliged, we say, do you know any brave person who's obliged to give his daughter to someone else? You may say, you may mention this concerning a coward person, but Ali was not coward to do that. That means, because if he married her, if he accepted her to be married by Umar by force, we know that in Islam there is nothing of marriage called by force. Otherwise, it will not be legal marriage. So did Ali accept and agreed? Did Ali agree that his daughter remains illegally with Umar all the time? And Ali did not do anything against it? Not even to fight for it? Well, the Prophet ﷺ said, "Man qutila duna ardihi fahuwa shaheed." Whoever died for the sake of his honor, that means somebody dishonored him, like raping his family or etc., etc., and he resisted and he died, he's shaheed. So how do you say that if he was obliged and he could not do anything against it all the time? So if they were able to break this pillar, we have another pillar. What is the second pillar? The second pillar is that the pledge of allegiance first. Second, giving his daughter to Umar. Third, calling his three children with the same names of Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman. So if they were able to run away from one of these three things, they will be cornered with the other two. But they cannot run away from the three together. They can't. Also, we've been telling you that they considered Ali, Abu Bakr and Umar to be kafir. And whoever give them loyalty, also kafir. And we narrated those things mentioned in their book, and we gave the correct number of volume and page. Also, they have something really strange. They believe that the obedience of Ali will be causing a person to be in paradise, even if he disobeyed Allah. And the disobedient to Ali will be thrown in hell even if he obeyed Allah. In the book Tafsir al-Burhan, page 23, they said that Allah said about Ali, "He is my evidence over my creation. I will not to enter hellfire. I never knew him and proved him in hellfire, even if he disobeyed me. And I do not let anyone enter paradise if he denied him." They also mentioned in their book Al-Kafi that Allah visits Al-Hussein in his grave. In their most authentic book, Al-Kafi, Allah visits Al-Hussein in his grave. Al-Kafi, 7th volume, 508 volumes. So here in the 7th volume, page 580, they said that Allah visits Al-Hussein in his grave. What do we say in our prayer? إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينُ. It is mentioned in their prayer, in their book Al-Kafi, second volume, page 406, that you should say at the end of your sujood, your prostration, when you go down to the earth, to the ground, you say, "O Muhammad, O Jibreel, help me, because you are my two helpers. O Muhammad, O Jibreel, suffice me, protect me, because you both are my protectors." This is in the book Al-Kafi, second volume, page 406. Also, Al-Quraini, in his second volume, page 391, he said that Ja'far al-Sadiq used to say, "I seek refuge with the Prophet min sharri ma khalaq wa bara'a wa dhara'." We say, "A'udhu billahi min sharri ma khalaq." No, here, "A'udhu bi rasulillahi min sharri ma khalaq." Al-Kafi, second volume, page 391. Now those unlearned people, common people, they may say, "We don't believe," and they have not been hearing any of these things. Therefore I said, talking to the Shia should be given, and we were ordered to deal with the people of the book that in the way that is best. So we should rather also use the best way in arguing with them, and not to slander them, because you have to know, brothers, when you provoke someone in the way you're talking to him, you are in matter of fact causing him to run away and not to accept your call. What is their belief? They believe that Allah, or the imamate, the imamate, the leadership imam, is a divine status, mansib ilahi. Allah selects the appropriate imam. Wa usuluha, page 58. It is not a divine matter. It is a matter which is important. It is wajib. Because you cannot have access to unity by leaving this ummah like sheep without being led. They need an imam. But it's not, as they say, first pillar of Islam. And after that, la ilaha illallah, and siyam, and zakah, salah, etc. That's not true. The matter of leadership is important. But it's not one of the most important pillars of Islam. That's not true. If it's very important, okay. Then if it's very important, then the imam should be available. No. It's important, but he's not available. Since when? 1,200 years. How come? That's not your business. That's not your business. Then how can we deal with this matter? He should be available. That's not your business. Kofi Annan wants to have a meeting with him. No, he's not available. The European delegation want to have a meeting with him. He's not available. Then how come he's available? If you say to him, "Oh Mahdi, help me," he will give you what you need. Come on, the whole nation need him. He only gives the individuals their need, and he doesn't care about the ummah. Also, they allowed eating the stones to eat them. They allowed the eating of stones. They say this stone came from what? From the grave of Karbala, from the grave of Al-Hussein. That reminded me what the Christians say. Take this. This is the flesh of Jesus. Eat it. The Shiah said, take the stone, eat it. The Christians say, take this bread, eat it. Ya subhanallah.
No, similar.
How similar is it? Isn't this similarity? They said it should be small like this, not more than that. They have mentioned this in the book Mafatih al-Jinan. And they said the dust of the grave of Al-Hussein is shifa. It's just like the honey. Shifa, cure. Just like the honey. Is a cure from every disease. And it's also security from anything that causes you fear. And it is security from every fear. So if you eat some of this dust, which is brought from the grave of Hussein, to a sick person, he will immediately turn to become recovered. وَيُحَنَّكُ بِهَا الطُّفْلِ. You know the meaning of حَنَّكَ? Remember the hadith when the Prophet ﷺ brought tamr, date, and he moved it like that in the mouth of, I think, Az-Zubayr ibn Awwam. وَيُحَنَّكُ وَتُوضَعُ مَعَ الْمَيِّتِ فِي قَبْرِهِ. And you should take that stone and put it in the grave with the person when you put the person in the grave. وَيُمْسِكُ بِهَا الرَّجُلُ. The man will be catching this piece of stone. فَتُسَبِّحُ عَنْهُ. This stone will be praising Allah on his behalf. What? وَيَعْبَثُ بِهَا. That's what they say. وَيَعْبَثُ بِهَا. He'll be considered one of the musabbihin. He'll be considered one of those who's praising Allah. Just playing with it. لأنها تسبح بيد الرجل من غير أن يسبح هو. Because it celebrates the remembrance of Allah on his behalf, even if he does not remember Allah. Did you understand that? I hope so. Did you understand it? Where is that mentioned? Bihar al-Anwar, volume 101, page 118. And Al-Amali for At-Tusi, first volume, page 326. Wasa'il Shiah, the 10th volume, page 415, etc., etc. And also narrated by Abu Abdullah, حَنِّكُوا أَوْلَادَكُمْ بِتُرْبَةِ الْحُسَيْنِ. That means, have you seen that, brothers? A newborn, they bring a piece of date for him, and they go like that. We have this narration concerning the stone, not the date. It said, you take it and you pass it on the gums of the newborn. Stone may injure him. We don't believe in this. But these things, yes, it is true that the Shia believe in these things. But what is our task? Our task is not to be negative and to tackle them the moment we see them. We said to you, this is false. This is not good. Remind him about the verses of the Quran. When he says that Allah created mankind for the Imams, tell them, contradict him with what Allah said, that Allah created the whole world to test the human beings. To let human beings worship Him alone. This is why Allah created the whole universe. Explain to them that yes, we love the family of the Prophet ﷺ, without going in extremes, to the extent that we believe, that they believe, that Allah is not the only one who knows the unseen, But there are scholars and imams who believe in the unseen. And among them is the Prophet Muhammad. While the Quran says, قُلْ لَا أَقُولُ لَكُمْ عِنْدِي خَزَائِنُ اللَّهِ. Say, I do not tell you that I have the treasures of Allah. وَلَا أَعْلَمُ الْغَيْبِ. And I do not know what's in the unseen. I have no knowledge of the unseen. And I do not say to you that I'm an angel. إِنْ أَتَّبِعُ إِلَّا مَا يُوحَى إِلَيْهِ. I'm nothing but following what is revealed unto me. That's all. Remind him about the great relationship between the companions. And Allah praised the companions by saying, Muhammadur Rasulullah. وَالَّذِينَ مَعَهُ أَشِدَّاءُ عَلَى الْكُفَّارِ رُحَمَاءُ بَيْنَهُمْ. They are tough against the disbelievers. They are merciful among the believers. تَرَاهُمْ رُكَّعًا سُجَّدًا. You see them from time to time performing prayer, making ruku', making sujood, always ruku', sujood. يَبْتَغُونَ فَضْلًا مِنَ اللَّهِ وَرِضْوَانًا. They seek a grace thereby from Allah the Almighty. سِيمَاهُمْ فِي وُجُوهِهِمْ مِنْ أَثَرِ السُّجُودِ. Their trace of faith can be shown because of their sujood, their continuous sujood, etc., etc., etc. Don't you say that? Take a condition from him before you start with him, that anything that goes against the Quran, he should not believe in. Alhamdulillah. He should not believe in. But here we have the Quran is praising the Sahaba. So why don't you follow the Quran? No. Because they were nourished in a way, they kept reminding him that the companions attacked Ali and etc., etc. And they hate him, and they hate Ali and Ali hate them. That's not true. That is not true. We have a narration in Sahih Bukhari or Muslim, or maybe both, I don't recall now, but it's in one of them for sure, that the Prophet said to Ali, إِنَّهُ لَمِمَّا عُهِدَ إِلَيَّ. Among the things that were revealed unto me, أَنَّهُ لَا يُحِبُّكَ إِلَّا مُؤْمِنٌ. That none of those who believe in you, but he is a believer. وَلَا يُبْغِضُكَ. And none hate you except a hypocrite. Therefore, brothers, this is where we should be beginning with them, not to tackle them. Sometimes you may see people performing bid'ah. Look at the person before you criticize his bid'ah. Is this the only thing that he has, or he has something greater than that? Begin with the most important thing, then after that. And it is always better to remind people. For example, you don't need to mention the details. If the people understood the basis that you have shown them, those bases that they have accepted will cause them to believe in the details. Finally, brothers, we've been talking about many things. We're not going to repeat them, but we are here only to receive questions and answers. They believe that the Quran is changed, and we have covered this intellectually perfectly, alhamdulillah. They believe that the book is changed. In the book Al-Kafi, 7th volume, it says that the Quran which Jibreel came unto Muhammad to deliver contains how many? 17,000 verses.
Volume 2, page 63.
Volume 12, page 525. You're talking about Al-Kafi maybe?
Yes.
I'm talking about Mir'at al-Uqul. Al-Majlisi authenticated it in the 12th volume, page 525. He said it is authentic. And it's not the only thing he said. He said this is a proof that the Quran was changed and became naqis. What's the meaning of naqis? Became naqis? Incomplete. Incomplete. Which is false. How can we get united? On the account of the Quran we unite ourselves? Allah doesn't care about this kind of unity. Because the unity should be always based on the soundness of the doctrine. We do not give up this condition. We do not give it up. And the fruit of the shirk belief will be just like what you see today. People are lost. And their leaders dedicated their whole life to fight and conspire. And those people are not doing anything against that. What's happening in Iraq? The same thing. They are betraying the Muslims, giving their hands to the Americans against the people. You may be asking this, but the Muslim governors, they do the same. So what is the difference between the Shia and the Muslim governors? We say there's a big difference. And despite that, we do not justify to anyone to do something wrong, whether Muslim governors or the Shia. But there's something wrong and there is something worse. What is worse though is that the hatred and the betrayal with the Shia is based on their teachings and instructions. Because we are considered to them that we are nawasib. Nawasib means that we establish all kinds of hatred against the family of the Prophet. We? Why should we? For what reason? What reason causes us to hate his family? Why do we have to hate Al-Hussein, Al-Hassan? Does the hatred of those people will cause us to go to paradise? Will it be beneficial to us? Then why do we have to hate them? For what reason? No, that's not true. They say, if you see any one of those nawasib, we are nawasib to them. That means we hate the family of the Prophet. If you will be able to turn a wall over him, to throw a wall, to break a wall, and let it fall on him, do it. Let's see the difference between the Muslim governors and the Shia. Nasir ad-Din al-Tusi, have you heard of him? He used to be the minister of the last king in the Abbasi Caliphate. What's his name? Nasir ad-Din al-Tusi. He conspired with Holako against the Muslims in Iraq. He conspired. He sent him letters. He said, I will tell you about the most appropriate time for you to come. Number one, he weakened the Iraqi army to the extent that most of the Iraqi soldiers, they used to stand on the mosques and ask for donation. They became poor. And the whole army became nothing more than 10,000. To the extent that the whole army became really in a very bad, critical situation. Then he called Holako and said to him, now it's time. Holako came to Iraq. And he caused the death of how many? 2.5 million got killed by Holako. Who was invited by who? Nasir ad-Din al-Tusi. Now some may say, well, this is one of the Shia, but who cares about him? We say, no, the matter differs. Al-Khomeini said, Al-Islamu yash'aru bihasra li'unasin ذهبوا وقد قدموا خدمات جليلة للإسلام أمثال النصير الدين الطوسي. Islam regrets the death of many influential persons, great persons, who had given a lot of services to Islam. He mentioned among them who? He said, just like Nasir ad-Din al-Tusi. So I see, what are the services that he had presented to the Ummah? He brought Holako to kill 2.5 million. That's why Khomeini liked him? That's why Khomeini likes him. You may be asking me, where's that proof? Right? I'll bring it to you.
Brother, you're tired and you have 5 minutes.
Oh, well, I'm tired.
We can see
Very
that.
tired. Khalas, this will be the last one, inshallah. This is the last point, which is very important. And I forgot during 3 days to mention this.
No, we're sorry about that.
Yes. It's a very tragic story. It's very tragic. Ibn Kathir mentioned it. He said that Nasir ad-Din al-Tusi still worked on weakening the army in Baghdad until it had remained 10,000 soldiers only. They became the top in poverty until they started to beg on the doors of the mosques, the gates of the mosques. And Ibn al-Alqami used to send letters to Holako and tell him to come to Baghdad to dominate Baghdad, encouraging him on this is Ibn Kathir speaking, encouraging him on this and causing it easy in his eyes to be done, and telling him that now the political attitude and situation is so much appropriate now. What pushed Ibn al-Alqami to do it? To the Sunnah. And his to distribute Shi'ism, as Ibn Kathir mentioned. And Nasir ad-Din al-Tusi was the first person among those who went out of his house to welcome Holako and the Tatarians when they entered Iraq. He brought with him even his concubines and maids and servants, all of his family, to go out with him and to welcome the Tatarians. Then, after that, Al-Musta'sim Billah, the last one of the Abbasites, Khilafah, leadership, Al-Mustansir Billah, poor man. It is true that during his lifetime, there was a great way of Allah. You break the law of Shiah, of Allah, Allah will cause his sunan of the predestination to fall you. Downfall
Yeah.
against you. Ibn Kathir mentions that while the dancer was dancing, an arrow of the first soldier among those who attacked Baghdad attacked this woman, and she died. And started to attack the whole Baghdad. At that time, Baghdad was thrown, most of it, river. Ibn Kathir said, until the river became almost black because of the ink. Then Nasir ad-Din al-Tusi, who used to be the prime minister with Ibn al-Alqami, two Shia, They used to be the prime minister of Al-Musta'sim Billah. They came to him and said, Hulako wants you. He said, I don't know what he's going to do to me. They said, we have spoken to him and told him and took covenant from him that he will never do anything to you. They cheated him after they have betrayed the whole country. When he went with Nasir al-Din al-Tusi, thinking that he will be having a sort of protection, Holako was hesitant to kill him. Then Nasir al-Din al-Tusi convinced him to do it. How the last Khalifa of Al-Khilafah al-Abbasiyya died? How did he die? By being beaten up by shoes only. Shoes. And then he died. Where is that mentioned? Not only Ibn Kathir, and Al-Dhahabi mentioned that. Let me see. Al-Bidayah wal-Nihaya, volume 13, pages 200 and 204, 212, 215, 219. And the book Duwal al-Islam for Al-Dhahabi, page 150. Finally, Nasir al-Din al-Tusi and Muhammad ibn al-Alqami, those two came, the ministers of Holako in Baghdad. You may say, those are Shia best important persons. That by this we should not generalize our attack against the whole Shia since those two people did it. We say, no. Those are Shia instructions that I mentioned to you. If you can see a wall that you can throw over him, do it. Do it. Now let's see what Al-Khomeini... We have a lot of... One point. Okay, Jazakallah. I just want to hear the... Now, one of the people who has Nasir al-Din al-Tusi in his Al-Hukuma al-Islami, that's why he loved Nasir al-Tusi. None of in a government, in a non-Muslim government, even if it may cause him not being be beneficial to us. If it's beneficial, then it's okay. How far would be benefit causes of the Muslims? And it's allowed. Well, this, no Shia is allowed to be a partner with these kinds of governments. This difference they made, and this madhabs within the circumstance of the Ummah, because their work is based on it. That's why you can see in Iraq what's happening now. And I have shown their mouth is inside the mouth of Paul, kissing them. I showed. You may say, I showed it to them. And by the way, these pictures are from Ruwaita. Ruwaita, yes.
Colin Powell was standing there smiling.
And having the Quran with him.
He had something. But
yes. And Paul Bremer is being kissed with this Muhammad Baqir Sadr, who got assassinated by a big bomb. A big bomb, another bomb, and many other bombs were exploded. And Abdul Majid al-Khou'i, he was killed by sword and knives in the midst of the mosque, which contains also the grave of Ali. So I've been saying to them, don't you say that if we ask Ali, he give us our need. So Ali is not doing anything. He did not give you any warning against this bomb. So it seems that you have no relationship with Ali, nothing, no communication. But you're making lies, and you're causing those common poor people to fall in shirk, and you'll be responsible, as Allah said, يَحْمِلُنَّ أَثْقَالَهُمْ وَأَثْقَالًا مَعَ أَثْقَالِهِمْ. And they will be lifting many heavy weights of sins, added to their own sins. And they will be surely asked at the day of judgment. Lie and claim. This is a difference. Now to end this, if you have any question, I will allow any question, otherwise we stop here. Jazakumullahu khairan. Because we've been talking about that today, something like 7 hours. 7 hours.
And yesterday,
And yesterday it was something like 6 hours, 5 hours.
quite a lot.
Yes.
What details do you know about the death of Khomeini? I heard that his coffin was dropped and people were taking his clothes and the Aura was revealed because he mentioned something like he would do that same kind of thing to Umar ibn Khattab. I heard him, but I don't know if you have any...
I don't deal with these things. But I saw him on the TV. And his came big shrine. Really good money making. A lot of money. There was a fight in Iraq between Sistani and Muqtada Sadr. Who's going to have the keys? Do you remember that? Mafatih keys, dish. Means they were fighting. There was a fight between. So each one of you will be taking the keys. No. If I have the original, none should be having the copy. The original will be with me only. Why? Because the boxes of an-nudhur. What are the nudhur in English? Donations. That makes big money. So this is what I can tell you about Khomeini. Khomeini's Dari shrine came really a big one, very big one. They have taken a lot of care of it. And we mentioned you earlier that Khomeini traces the beliefs of Ibn Arabi, who believes that Allah and His creatures are one. Yes. Many of the books of Ibn Arabi contained comments, and we have them on the internet, but no problem. Tens of books of Khomeini that commentated the books of Ibn Arabi, and he recommended the books of Ibn Arabi. And Ibn Arabi is a great shaitan, big shaitan. These creatures are one, and who believed that Fir'aun is mu'min. Yes. At the time of Ibn Taymiyyah, he mentioned this. He said they brought one Jew, they tried to convince him that Fir'aun died as a believer. He said, what? I was a Jew, and I used to believe that he is kafir. Now, after I became Muslim, you want me to believe that he is mu'min? Al-Khomeini, if he had only this problem, that will qualify him to be kafir. And the grade of this kufr is jayyid jiddan.
Excellent.
Excellent kafir. Good kafir. It is how much more when he believes that the failed Indians broadcast Iranian radio on the 15th of Sha'ban, the year 1400 exactly. The Prophet failed. So who's going to be successful if the Prophet Muhammad failed? If the Prophet failed, how come Allah describes the companion of the great kind of praising? That he forgave, accepted their repentance. لَقَدْ تَابَ اللَّهُ عَلَى النَّبِيِّ وَالْمُهَاجِرِينَ وَالْأَنصَارِ الَّذِينَ اتَّبَعُوهُ فِي سَاعَةِ الْعُسْرَةِ. Allah had accepted the repentance of the Prophet and Al-Muhajirin, the immigrants, and Al-Ansar. Is there any statement than this? Yet they say, no, he didn't. How come he didn't? He said it. We say there's a big difference. We say both are wrong. But the reason of the Shia giving loyalty to the enemies of the Muslims, because believe that they are allowed even to deal with non-Muslims in order to enable the Shia to retaliate against the sons of Muawiyah and Yazid, and to them we are the sons of Muawiyah and Yazid.